When I was behind her, she was driving slow enough.
Yeah.
So she could have tossed something, but I literally
Tossed it out the window?
She could have out that window, but who is that? Hart?
No, that's Tom Check. Oh, oh my God! Oh my God!
Move your car! Stay back!
There was that devastating moment that we've been hearing about out in Colorado as police officers parked their patrol car on train tracks as they detained a woman that they were suspected of road raging. I want you guys to watch this again if you have the stomach for it. But notice a couple things here, which I'll point out as this video runs. There was multiple horns coming, because trains, when they blow their horn, it means we're coming. This can kill you. It's a freight train, by the way. It wasn't like some light rail metro. Also, there's a number of horns. There are different body cam images as we saw them jump through. They didn't register those horns while they were talking. The officer that makes the decision to run at the end when he saw the train coming, remember that, and his was also the body cam of the second image. So he saw it coming. He was like on like like he's about to jump into double dutch and just knowing he should help or run, and he chose to run. Watch this again.
When I was behind her, she was driving slow enough.
Yeah.
So she could have tossed something, but I literally
Tossed it out the window?
She could have out that window, but who is that? Hart?
No, that's Tom Check. Oh, oh my God! Oh my God!
Move your car! Stay back!
It makes me jump every time I see it. Let's get some details of what they were doing with this woman. There's much more to this, you guys, because there's different angles, and we're going to determine how this whole thing happened. So hang on for that. First off, these details. The officers there were responding to a report of a road rage confrontation that involved a gun in Fort Lupton. A Platteville police officer stopped this woman. Her name, let me just give you her full name. Her name was Yarini Rios Gonzalez. So they stopped her truck near a set of railroad tracks and parked the patrol vehicle on top of the tracks. And according to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the traffic stop that the officers conducted was considered a high risk because they detained her on suspicion of felony menacing. So they put her in the back of a patrol cruiser on the scene. So there was reports that she had brandished a gun during a road rage incident with someone else. They caught up with her, so they came out straight up looking for a potential confrontation. And they leave their one officer leaves his car on the train tracks. Let's watch again, because this other angle, because this immediate reaction from the cop who left his car on the train tracks where the woman was handcuffed and put in the back of the car, barreling down on her. Let's watch his reaction of what happened. Let's watch him.
Who is that? Hart? Who is
No,
that?
that's Tom Check. Oh.
Was she in there? Was she in there? Was she in there?
Oh my God! Yes, she was.
Was she in there? Was she in there?
She was in there.
Oh. Dispatch Platteville 912, start medical, please. My car's has been hit by the train.
Copy.
Mother.
Oh my God.
Let's go over there.
There's so much more to this, Jessica. By the way, was she in there? It was his patrol car that was on the train tracks. From the reading I got from watching that entire video, it was his car on the train tracks. Was she in there? Oh my God! Did you hear that notes when he called back and asked for medical? My car was just hit by a train. No report of a human inside of that car. Just the car being hit by the train.
Don't call me racist. As a teacher, you're my student.
I gave you your answer.
I'm not arguing.
And you sometimes I got to tell you how to
Okay.
Get your hands off of me.
I said, hold on.
You got 5 seconds to get your hands.
What you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds to
What
get
you
your
gonna do?
hands on me.
What you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds to
You got-
get your
what
hands
you
on me. I
gonna
ain't
do?
gonna do nothing. You gonna get your ass.
All right, man. Take the backpack off. We finna go to jail. Don't resist me, dude. What is? Don't resist me. Don't do it.
Throw me around.
Because you didn't listen. I told you to get up.
I didn't have no right to be treated the way you treated me. Why are you still holding me?
Take the bag off. Take the bag off. Take it off. The bag off.
Why did you harass me?
That's all it is.
I can't breathe. Let go of me, remove yourself from me so I can get myself together.
Come on,
I
man.
said I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe.
So there you have a school officer roughing up violently, trying to arrest a child or a student there, because that's what they do in school, I guess, right? This occurred in Tennessee. In fact, Hamilton County, East Ridge High School out there in Tennessee. You might wonder, what the hell would prompt all this? He was standing there and everybody's yelling and mad at him. Maybe it was just, they didn't like the way he spoke to them. So let's go to details. The student identified as Taurus Sledge, he's 18 years old, and he is facing multiple charges, according to a sworn affidavit in support of his arrest. The charges include assault, resisting arrest, and obstruction of legal process. Let's figure out what legal process this is. There was a coach there who started this whole thing who was in his face, and he was demanding that he actually do what he told him to do. So he was mad about kickball not being played, and this student wanted to do something else. He said he was sick, so he sat down and got back up and played basketball instead. That's when the confrontations happened. That was the first dose of disrespect that they didn't like, that this kid gave them. So he decided to bring in this cop, this SRO, to handle this whole situation. And according to this affidavit, that school resource officer, his name is Tyler McRae, he was contacted over the radio by the gym coach to assist with Sledge, who was described as being aggressive. So he started off right away with that energy because he wanted some muscle behind him to enforce what he was angry about. So the coach had organized this game of kickball, but Sledge said that he wasn't feeling well, opted to sit out, and later he then played basketball. When the coach later approached him to ask why he was playing basketball if he wasn't feeling well, Sledge started puffing out his chest and calling the coach racist. Yeah, he just called him racist because he walked up and said, "Why are you playing basketball?" I'm sure that's why. Anyways, so that officer, McRae, he felt that Sledge was being too defensive, and that's why he had to arrest him. So being too defensive is a reason to be arrested. Also sprayed in the face with whatever that was that he sprayed him in the face with, because he was obviously being wild and coming after you. Details on that, McRae stated that he then became defensive and felt as if Sledge was preparing to assault him. He ordered Sledge to stand up and place his hands behind his back, which the student refused to do, again, according to that affidavit.